Hello everyone. How are you? How are all of you doing today? I can't speak today for whatever reason, but I'm going to tell this story. It makes a lot of sense, but it is quite crazy. I got out of the shower a few nights ago. It was around 3 a.m. I picked up the controller to watch a movie, and I felt something hit me. Something super strong. A ton of messages then came through. In a past life, I had a miscarriage. And that explains a lot. I got images of myself as a queen. But that also explains why I am the way that I am today. When I was born, I have a birth defect known as cerebral palsy. Many of you know about this. But I also, or a twin rather, was born, and he became stillborn. And so because I was once queen, and I felt very powerful within my own body, it's no wonder I ended up transitioning gender-wise, because being female is where I have felt the most powerful. Despite societal expectations, it's no wonder. I wanted what I wanted. I didn't care what circumstances were. I never gave birth to an heir. So even in the past life, I was never a complete woman. And in this life too, I guess I'm not a quote unquote a complete woman. But hey, sometimes things are just the way that they are. It took me a few days to process everything, but all in all, I guess it does explain quite a bit. Why I have pelvic floor disorder, why I got urinary tract infections, which are a lot more common in women, why my nerves are hypersensitive. It all adds up. And that's okay. Now that I know the reason, or at least part of the reason I am the way that I am, I can then use it to my own benefit as well as others. I don't know why this information came through, but it did. And based on how strongly I felt that night that it came through, out of nowhere, and no, I hadn't watched anything about miscarriages before, or watched any movies with that kind of information, or those kind of storylines, so it can't just be in my head. And based on how I felt and how strong everything was, there's no way it can be crap. My moon sign is Leo as well. So Leo is the king, and the moon sign can be seen as something of the past. So that all makes sense. After feeling the way that I felt, my heart really goes out to those that have had miscarriages. I may not know what it's like in this current life, but my heart goes out. I know that I've experienced what I have experienced, and this could also explain my perfection issues as well, or my issues with perfectionism rather. I don't know, my mind's crazy today. Grammatically, I suck. So I wasn't perfect back then, and I'm not perfect bodily wise now in this life. Go figure. Same thing. My twin was stillborn, and I was born with a birth defect. So even though I wasn't the one giving birth this time, it still plagued me in some way. The same scenario. But instead of letting it drag me down, I'm going to use it to propel me forward. And now I have a better peace of mind about who I am and where I come from. I may have had a miscarriage in a previous life, but I'm not going to let it slow me down now. I may feel more powerful as a woman, but in a sense, not that I'm trying to be androgynous, but I really need to accept the more masculine parts of myself, even if I'm not thrilled. If I can learn to enjoy the masculine parts of myself, I believe that in time, I'll feel even better than I do now. By a large margin. And it's not just accepting, I really have to learn to love the masculine aspects of me. No, I'm not a perfect woman. But that's okay. It's time to let the perfectionism go. Screw it. I'm sure this has played a role in other areas of my life too. It is also why I'm a virgin at 36 years of age, or almost 36. Technically my birthday's not until December, but still, who's counting? In a sense, I was sterile in a previous life, and I'm sterile now. Granted of my own choosing, but still. It played out a different way, but the end result is the same. However, the experience was different. After my spiritual awakening, I began to lose weight, and now I can't keep weight on. Where does the weight usually go first? To the stomach, and the stomach gets fat, right? Well, interesting. I can't get fat anymore. I can't fatten up because I have no womb. My rising sign is also Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer is known as the mother of astrology. And what does a mother do? She has a womb. What don't I have? In a sense, a womb. Or at least the womb didn't act right. And since I can't hold weight anymore, I assume that this is also from a past life as well. The same one. And the past life that I'm talking about isn't old. It's not. It's only within the last hundred or so years. I don't see it being 200, 300, 1,000 years ago. And no, I haven't thought about this in-depthly. People are going to claim that I overthought the whole process, and I didn't. But I haven't really analyzed it too much. It just kind of came. And it just feels to be true to some extent. I'm not going to say it's the whole thing. I'm sure other factors played into every part of my life. It's never just one thing. But it's what I have. And so, if it's what I have, then it's time to use it. So if you've gone through a miscarriage in this life, share your story. You may be going through grief, but it'll make you feel better to share your story. Feel better in the heart. Feel better about who you are. It may take a while, but you'll get there. As always, thank you all for watching. Keep pushing forward and stay epic.